Art Across the Ages is a preschool visual art program. It's a program where the children come to the school, public school environment, and they take an art class for 1 hour per week for the duration of the school year with a parent partner. It doesn't have to be a parent, it could be an adult partner. In the past, we've had grandparents, we've had babysitters bring their children in to work with their partners. Primarily, our focus is to provide the youngster with a positive creative experience with a adult partner as a role model for the child, and help to develop bonding between the parent and the child, as well as to give them an introduction into the public school system, to make them more comfortable with coming to school and to begin to start their education in the visual arts. A lot of the times in the public school system, visual arts takes a back seat to other subjects. And this course is focusing at bringing attention to the visual arts early in a child's life in a positive fashion, in a positive way, so that the parent and the child become involved in the creative experience. This year, every Friday, the children come with their parents to the art room for an hour. And then I gather them together and generally do what we call lecture demonstration. I will talk to them about the problem or the project that they're going to be working on, and then they go off into their spaces in the room and begin working on the project. There are times when some children will do whatever it is that they want to do with the materials we provide them with, within reason or within the guidelines of the objectives. And then there are parents who will do the same. Sometimes parents will become role models for the children, and the children will model the parents' behavior and work on a project, and the parents will interact with the student and help them. Sometimes I will go around the room and provide suggestions for the students. Sometimes I won't do that. Sometimes I'll let them think out the problem and work on an answer themselves rather than provide my creative inspiration or ideas to them. I try to encourage them to find the inspiration or the critical creative thinking for themselves. Well, so far I've had positive responses from the parents, and they've been the biggest advocates of the program. As a result of many of them participating in the program, they go out into the community and talk about the project and talk about the program to their friends, and in that way, their friends become involved and ask to be registered or become involved in the Art Across the Ages program.
I think that it gives him a different perspective on art, that he doesn't think that everything has to be realistic all the time, that he could appreciate an abstract design in a sculpture or a painting. It doesn't have to look real. To be able to do a project and say, "Mommy, look, I did this all myself," it really helped build his confidence. And I can see this in the other things he does at home too, that he has more persistence in continuing an activity, and he has the confidence to know that he really can do something. The other thing that I thought was important is that this carries over in his work at home too. And this piece I thought was something that I'd really saved, because he said, "Mommy, this is a picture of me when I'm really angry." And so it's showing me that he's also using art to help express some of his emotions. Isn't this better that he sat down and did a painting when he was angry rather than go in and throw in some of his toys?
I think the program is enjoyable. It's very good. It's her first experience with school, and she enjoys coming. She enjoys socializing with the other children and getting involved. The effect on Laura for coming here is positive. She looks forward to our class. We have a good time together. It's an hour that she and I are together solely to do something that she enjoys. Plus she learns how to sit and listen to a project or something as it's explained, and that school is fun.
In the past 3 years we've run this program. There were many different types of projects that the students have been involved in. We've had them involved in creating hand puppets and creating marionettes. They've also, in addition to creating the puppets and the marionettes, they've performed, written small skits and performed those skits on a stage that they built. They've worked with the media of clay, modeling clay as well as natural clay. They've glazed clay projects after they've been bisque fired. They've worked with printmaking processes. They've worked with painting and drawing experiences using primarily water media, drawing materials, markers, pencils, crayons, pastels, oil pastels.
I really liked the activities that they did offer. One thing I want to say about the activities is that I noticed that the children were not competing with the parents. One of the problems that you have with this is that the child will look at the adults drawing or whatever and be frustrated because they are not able to do that. And the programs in this, in the Art Across the Ages program, explores textures and shapes and forms and lines and things that both the adult and the child can participate in together, and there's not that competitive problem.
For the last 25 years, I think, since I had art class in school when I was a child, I've had some very negative feelings about art, probably because of the way the program was run, the way it was taught in my school. It seemed that everyone was supposed to be expected to be perfect in what they did, and everyone's work was compared to the others in the class, and there were a lot of good students. I was not one of them, and so it certainly seemed to me that that was not my calling to be involved in art in any way, and I really didn't have much interest in it over the years, probably because of that. I had such a negative feeling about it. The program has really helped my feeling about it now, because I see that there's so much to do, there's so much, you don't have to be a person of great ability in terms of art to enjoy it and to get a lot out of it. And that's what I'm finding in the program, and it's really helping me to relax when it comes to doing all these different projects. I think this program will help my son to be feeling very strong about art, that it's a good thing, an enjoyable thing, something to be involved with, something to take advantage of any opportunity to be involved in art programs as he grows up, because he sees that it's a good thing to do, an enjoyable program, a lot of fun. You can be creative, you can do a lot of things, and you're not expected to be perfect. You're just expected to enjoy your work and have fun with it, and it's something to celebrate.
And after the first year, we assessed the program, and we took this assessment back to the school board and showed them some of the results of the students and the adult participants. We shared with them some of the responses that the parents had about the program. They were a little more receptive, so the second year they gave us permission to run this program without any difficulty whatsoever. It's in its third year now, and they're almost, they ask us about it. Are you running this again next year? Or people have mentioned the program to them. So it's educated the school board to the value of the visual arts in the program and a visual art preschool program in the school system. And nationwide, that's also becoming a very strong direction.